My name is Kiara Hamilton, and I have chosen to do a literature review-based project on the health effects of volatile organic compounds through emission of air fresheners. Air fresheners are scent items that are used to add an aromatic or masking fragrance to the air. Air fresheners are an unidentified chemical mixture that can interact synergistically at various air temperatures and humidity levels. Volatile organic compounds, also known as VOCs, have a high vapor pressure at room temperature. This correlates with a low boiling point, which relates to the number of the sample molecules in the surrounding area, a trait known as volatility. VOCs are a form of air pollutant found in many common household items, such as air fresheners, cleaning products, and laundry detergents, which all are major sources of indoor VOCs. All types of air fresheners can cause negative health effects such as migraines or asthma, and this includes the use of deodorizers, odor control, and neutralizer products. Limonene, alpha-pinene, and beta-pinene are key compounds found in air fresheners that can undergo reactions to produce byproducts that are harmful to health. Secondary contaminants such as acetone, acrolein, and acetic acid were created when ozone and limonene reacted. This caused an additional sensory irritant effect. The use of air fresheners should be avoided if possible. Chemical compounds in air fresheners that may react with ozone should be reduced as they form secondary contaminants such as these VOCs, which cause a variety of health issues. Phthalate exposure from air freshener use has been linked to allergic symptoms and asthma as well. This appeared to be exacerbated down from a particulate matter and air pollution exposure. The Food and Drug Association and Consumer Product Safety Commission share authority over fragrances with the Environmental Protection Agency, handling certain regulatory aspects such as air and water pollution. Fragrances used could be hazardous and will not always be mentioned in the ingredients, as individuals buy these products to mask or cover up odor of other products, are unaware of the harmful chemicals being inhaled and the damages that could be caused. The Research Institute for Fragrance Materials inspects and collects data on the original fragrance ingredients rather than the finished product. So here we have the causes, the consequences, and ways of preventing cosmetics contaminations. They cause primary contamination, which is the risk of the product deterioration, and secondary contamination, which is risk to user health. Some primary contamination consequences involve O2 consumption, odor change, color change, and pH modification. Secondary contamination risks include injured skin, oral cavities, and eye irritants. The objectives of this study was to determine what volatile organic compounds are present in air fresheners and what the potential health effects caused by presence of VOCs in air fresheners are. The methods used to create this research involved the literature search of peer-reviewed articles using SpringerLink and ScienceDirect. Keyword searches were done with the terms air freshener, harmful fragrances, and everyday use perfumes. The search was later refined to articles published in the last 20 years and narrowed the search terms to VOCs present in air fresheners and FDA-approved air fresheners. VOC emissions from consumer and industrial goods were measured using a sampling device system for the determination of the VOC emission. The figure below describes a 5L Tedler sealed chamber. Large air samples were entered into the chamber to test the amount of VOCs emitted from the products tested. This excluded aerosol sprays as they were sprayed directly onto the Petri dish at the equilibrium point and entered into the inside of the chamber to be tested. So here we have listed the common commercial products that are bought that contain indoor pollutants and potential health effects. So the sources such as cleaning products, paints, air freshener, and printers cause pollutants of volatile organic compounds and volatile organic compounds in ozone reactants. This includes potential health effects such as respiratory tract irritation, asthma, headache, vomiting, respiratory system issues, and cardiac symptoms as well. VOCs found in a gas chromatography and mass spectrometry review should be presented when checking ingredients from the product label and MSDS. The chemicals found in the GCMS reported 9 of the 17 products regulated by the Consumer Product Safety Commission had little ingredients specified on the labels. 6 had only generic terms such as cleaning agents, softeners, or biodegradable surfactants. And 3 were under the categories fragrance, perfume, and essential oils. Hazardous and poisonous substances were omitted since no hazardous ingredients were specified on the product label, making people unaware. 207 industrial items were recovered from a local market, including air fresheners, shoe polish, leather, glue, cleaners, and insecticides. All products were divided into 30 types of objects, each with its own set of labels. A GCMS analysis was used to stop the depletion of benzene, toluene, ethylbenzene, and xylene from the manufactured product. Samples were analyzed for BTEX by headspace gas chromatography and mass spectrometry, with a limit of detection of 1 parts per million. BTEX chemicals were detected in 59 consumer products from 18 item types. As shown on the table on the right, the most commonly found items for these BTEX chemicals were found in whiteout, glue, oil-based ballpoint pens, and leather cleaning products. Acute exposure of these BTEX chemicals with any of these commonly used items can cause skin and sensory irritation, central nervous system health issues such as tiredness, dizziness, headaches, and loss of coordination, and respiratory system health effects such as eye and nose irritation. More than 84 compounds with 11 analytes were identified in over half of the 26 gel-type air fresheners being tested for this research. It was found that ethanol was contained in 76% of the products, benzoacetate was contained in 52% of the products, and acetone was contained in 48% of the products, and nothing was disclosed on the labels. Non-methane volatile organic compounds, also known as NMVOC, had antiperspirants were found to have the most propellants per can in a cosmetic category tested. Hairspray contained the highest total NMVOCs per can. Household aerosol sprays had a higher total NMVOCs level. Non-methane volatile organic compound emissions from domestic aerosol sprays are equal to the amount of NMVOC emissions from about 77.2 million cars. Now, as seen in this chart, in the cosmetic group, antiperspirants contained the highest amount of propellants, as hairspray contained the highest amount of overall NMVOC. Household air fresheners and insecticides carried a higher average of NMVOCs per can. And this was tested in household aerosol sprays using liquid petroleum gas as a fuel. Chloroform and carbon tetrachloride concentrations in indoor air were estimated based on kitchen, bathroom, and cleaning supplies. Concentrations of halogenated VOCs were lowest in plain bleach and highest in the surfactant added products. These are considered carcinogenic and contain inhalable risk factors. These 2 compounds were chosen because they are the most halogenated VOCs in household products. Laundry filter load increases oxidation processes on the filter surface as well, creating halogenated VOCs. Long-term use can cause skin irritation and harm to a certain extent, as surfactants penetrate the human body and destroy enzyme activity, causing the body's normal physiological process to be disrupted. Surfactants are toxic and can accumulate in the body, making the degradation process more difficult. So here we have the negative effects of chlorine presented in bleach. Chlorine bleach containing household products are frequently bought. These chlorine bleach containing products are then mixed with surfactants and fragrances already present in an indoor environment. These create halogenated volatile organic compounds present inside the household products. The use of these chlorine bleach containing cleaning products produces emissions of elevated indoor air levels of these halogenated VOCs. The inhalation exposure is then carcinogenic halogenated VOCs forming, which causes severe health effects. Each product had an average of 17 volatile organic compounds. 24 of the 133 volatile organic compounds are listed as poisonous or hazardous by the federal law in the United States. Each substance released at least one of these. Fewer than 10% of volatile ingredients in air fresheners are disclosed on the label. Volatile organic compounds are unreported in several fragrances. They have been detected in scented products, and many have ill effects to health on those young and old. Everyone is exposed to fragrance in many soaps, laundry products, and toiletries. The use of these scented products should be avoided, particularly if perfume allergies are present. These findings indicate that VOC exposure from certain consumer goods have exceeded acceptable levels and should be limited. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my research project. And I'd also like to thank Dr. Nguyen for her guidance through this thesis and making this presentation possible. Thank you.